That's what music has always been about for us. It's always been a diary entry, and it's always been a form of catharsis. There's so much of that on this record.
But what comes after the setting sun? What if we are all we got?
So I'm Charity Restylin, and I play violin and sing in the band.
I'm Kenny Hensley, and I play piano.
My name's John. I play guitar, sing.
And I'm Maddie, and I play guitar and sing as well.
We also have two members that are not currently here with us, but got to give them shout outs, Chris and Tyler. The head and the heart.
Best band in the world, baby.
This is not our first Sofar experience. The first time was in London as a group, and I think it was my first time ever being in London. I feel like we got off the plane and went straight to a Sofar session at that a complex. There's a bunch of different apartments and stuff.
Yeah. It was like art studio.
It was a total party. It was really fun.
That was good.
It's just a cool international community, and it's neat to be a part of that and contribute to the lineage of bands and artists that have performed on that.
Pride of a
I think being able to play in a space like this with such amazing natural reverb and with such a generous host, Pastor Foster, allowing us to come in here and perform is just amazing. These are the types of events and things that, I'm going to look back on personally and really remember fondly.
You're a little more aware of what you're adding, like what you're putting into this room. Whereas right now, even just talking, I feel like I'm being more considerate because you can just sense. And I mean, if you look at this detail on this doorway over there, you're the least interesting thing in this room.
Yeah, we are
which is saying, you know what I mean? It's a cool feeling.
Yeah, we're performing inside of a piece of art, literally, and it's you feel that, and it's special.
The exchange that we're having with the audience is this sacred thing. And, and in many ways it is like a spiritual experience. It's interesting to pair that with being in an actual sacred space.
It was interesting just pulling up and getting out and seeing the facade and the door being these red tones. And then walking in, there's just such warmth.
It's one of the perks of being in the band. We find ourselves playing on the rooftop of Pike Place Market in Seattle, playing on a boat in Paris. And, here we are playing our first ever show at a church. As musicians, we have a thing called the cathedral reverb that we use, in our sessions and recordings. And this is one of those spaces where that just occurs naturally. And it's cool to be able to respond to that and play in that kind of environment.
This just feels so much more intentional and also human, this is much more, I think, a space that we feel ourselves in.
How do we describe our music? It's changed over the course of 15 years, but I think at the core, it's the origin is from songwriting and arrangements. But I feel like we've just recently circled back to realizing what our sound is when we all start writing and reacting to one another, right out of the gate. And what that sound is what's so hard for me to put my finger on. There's been situations where we've, through the years, for whatever reasons, experimented with different ways of writing. And you're a little more singular or more alone writing for longer before the band has entered in. And you almost notice a change in the sound, which becomes a little more normal sounding, but less, to me, interesting and less like us. But it seems like something that we sound like when we all write together from the very beginning.
The origin story helps to describe what the music sounds like. It started at an open mic where people were, they're not coming with all of this production value. They're coming with an acoustic guitar and their voice, and that's it. Or in Charity's case, her violin, and in Kenny's case is the piano, and just focusing, like John said, on the songwriting and what our voices do together and harmonizing and, writing songs that allow that to thrive.
We're all very unique, different personalities and bring a very clear, kind of specific flavor to the songs we write. And I think at times it can be difficult with so many cooks in a kitchen, but it can turn into something really beautiful and magical when we're able to listen to one another and agree on a set sound for specific songs.
Yeah, well said. Or just folk music.
Yeah. Folk, indie, pop, rock music.
In a weird way, it's kind of like the message of this record is like, don't give up. Because there were lots of times where this band could have given up and you know, other bands or other people in certain similar situations might have done that, but we didn't. We kept on going, and we got to the place where we made this album here, which feels like a new beginning for us. This is the title track. It's called Aperture.
We've been on a journey musically, relationally, over the years, and so much of our artistic process is like so relational, reacting to one another and yielding to one another when that person is having the artistic, you know, vision or whatnot, you know. And this album soars in that way and is so much kind of building upon the foundation of how we began.
Yeah, it's the first time that I feel like I haven't thought about or cared about or felt that things will go wrong. Like I can literally just live in the songs and live in the performances and let go of a lot of what I used to think I needed to have more a watchful eye over, or like if I wasn't as involved then it would equal something negative. And you know, and I think that's just maturity and health and growth. You kind of don't think you're ever going to have the same sort of night, like that convergence of naivety and also luck or just work paying off when you become discovered and you get signed to your first record label and release your first batch of songs. To really ever experience that again is you know, almost impossible to imagine, and I feel like this is the closest thing to that feeling.
Yeah, it feels like everybody's less attached to the outcome of what we are doing and more just invested in seeing it through and figuring out what the next thing, you know, the next right thing, to quote a Frozen phrase. It's like
We also have children.
Yeah, it's true. We also have children now, and it's like if you're sweating details and nitpicking each other, you're just short-circuiting like the magic that's there, and everyone gets to, you know, take a break when they need to, because you know that, oh, John's got this, or Tyler's got this, or Kenny's got this. Like everyone can kind of ebb and flow in a way more like human way.
This is the first record we've decided to self-produce and do just really as a group from front to back since our second album, really. So over a decade ago, I believe at this point. And given the COVID years as well and how removed we were from one another and having to record and write remotely and just how difficult that was, we have been through a ton as a band. It does feel like we've kind of come around to this moment where we're clicking in a way that I think weren't able to for a while, and it feels like it was like it did the first couple years, you know, when we were really just doing this out of pure joy and fire, and it was just us doing it for fun because it's what we did, and it turned into this. And I feel like this record does feel a lot more like that. We're having more fun.
Even though the night is long.
Go play a concert.
We love you so far. Thank you.
So far, so good.
Cool.
You caught me staring off the cliff again and looking down on everyone. I wish my goodbyes could be more innocent, but every part just wants to run. I have this deep, deep feeling in my ribs again. I just keep moving on, like the deep, deep current of the riverbed. I have to keep moving on. This times I need direction, this times I need to roam. I moved station to station, I showed up here alone. I am my own hero, I am my own home. It's alright, it's alright, it's all I've ever known. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's all I've ever known. It's alright, it's alright. So if you're falling through the cracks again, maybe the fall was by design. 'Cause someone's gonna break your heart again. That's just proof that you're alive. I have this deep, deep feeling in my ribs again. I just keep moving on. Like the deep, deep current of the river bend. I have to keep moving on. There's times I need direction. There's times I need to roam. I moved station to station. I showed up here alone. I am my own hero. I am my own home. It's alright, it's alright, it's all I've ever known. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's all I've ever known. It's alright, it's alright. There's times I need direction. There's times I need to roam. I moved station to station. I showed up here alone. I am my own hero. I am my own home. I am my own hero. I am my own
Being able to come together and from the very beginning be writing and producing this record as a group has, I think, been really healing in a lot of ways. I feel like we're kind of as close knit now than we have been in a long, long time, maybe ever. So because of that, that's really what excites me the most about this next venture and this new album and the upcoming years of touring and whatnot, is just where we're at. I think we have the strongest foundation now than we've ever had before a record.
Can't follow that up.
I agree.